Cardinals. Good to be with you. I have a project to offer today. I want to challenge you to create your very own miniature. That word right there is miniature. When we talk about miniatures in art, we're speaking of just small pictures. That's all that means. It could be a picture of anything, a person, or a landscape, or a seascape. The main thing though is miniature just means a small thing, not a big piece of art. So I was looking around in my house and I found something that I thought I could use to make some miniatures. I found some little boxes and I thought making a picture in here would be just about the right size for a miniature. Now first I want to show you some miniatures that I did not do. They were a gift to me and they come from the country of Ecuador. So here's one. What kind of picture would you call this? It's an outdoor scene. It's a landscape, that's right. Outdoor scene, we've got sky, land, we've got a road and some hills back there. Here's another landscape, also from Ecuador, and also with some hills and people outdoors doing work. So landscape would be any outdoor scene. So that would be a great choice for a miniature. Doesn't have to be a landscape, but it could be. So as I was thinking about what to do my landscapes about, I came up with a couple of ideas. This one, I just started doing a landscape myself in a little box. I just drew my landscape picture directly on the box, the inside, because I thought it looked a little bit like a picture frame. And then for my other miniature that I did, I thought I would do an homage to an artist. I'm a big fan of Van Gogh. Now, Van Gogh, you know, he's the artist that did this wonderful artwork. One of the most famous artworks in the world, and it's located in New York City in the Museum of Modern Art there. So that's where you have to travel to see that picture. But it's so well known, it's very easy to find on the internet, or this is in an art book that I have. Let's put it on display there. Now you may remember doing some art about that artwork, the Starry Night, in art class. So you may not be in the mood to do that for your picture. I chose another picture, also by Van Gogh, for my inspiration. This is another picture that he did in the same town that he did the Starry Night picture. These were both done when he was living in that little town called Arles, and he lived in a little yellow house, and he did some of his very most famous pictures while he was there. As he lived in that little yellow house, he could walk around the town looking at various scenes and landscapes and buildings and just painting whatever he was interested in. So this river is called the Rhone River, R-H-O-N-E, Rhone, and it was just about 2 minutes walk from his little yellow house. So Van Gogh painted it during that time. A while back, I was visiting someone, and she lived on a lake, and there were lights on the far shore of the lake, and it reminded me so much of this painting. So So I was thinking about that. That's one reason I wanted to do a miniature about that. So here's my miniature version of the Starry Night over the Rhone. You know, when we do a picture like a famous picture, we can call it an homage, because we're giving honor to that artist. We're giving credit to that artist. He did the original. We're trying to get inspiration from it. So let's put that on display, Starry Night over the Rhone. And just for fun, I'm going to hang up my Ecuadorian landscape pictures right up here by the cardinal. We'll put this one over here. Now let's talk about our materials that we might need to do our own miniatures. It's going to be very simple. We can do our miniatures using some markers, maybe some colored pencils or pens or crayons. If you have a little small box, I think it's so much fun to do a picture because it makes a little frame. But if you don't have a box, you can just use some small paper or maybe an index card. And of course, you can always do this with paint as well. So, how do we get started? Well, for mine, I started this landscape with some markers, including Sharpies. I colored in my ground or my land, and I colored in my sky. I wanted to show more land and less sky. So if you look, there's like about 2/3 land and 1/3 sky to this picture. Some people think that if you divide your painting into thirds, it's a good way to organize it and compose it. Now, some people would rather have a big sky and a little bit less land. That's up to the artist, of course. As I worked on my picture, I added colored pencil over the marker, and I used some of my favorite color sticks to get the white clouds to show up. These color sticks show up so strongly. The colors are so strong. I really like them. Regular colored pencils, I used a lot of that. And then this was kind of fun, just for a little touch, for some tiny flowers. I have a white pen. It's really fun to use. And I also have a silver one that I use sometimes. I also used a little bit of paint. You can see I used a little paintbrush and some acrylic paint that I had. Acrylic paint is just fine for you to use as well, but you want to be sure you get permission and you protect your clothing and anything important, because acrylic paint is permanent paint. When I started this little miniature, it was going to be a nighttime scene, right? So I started by making the background all very dark, mostly black, but with a little bit of dark blue, dark green, but mostly all black. And it's a little hard to tell the parts of this picture, but there's some dark land, like a beach, and then there's water, and then a little bit of sky. And the thing I like about it is how the lights are on the far shore, and you can see all that reflection. And also, I love the stars. Starry Night over the Rhone. That's Miss Everitt's homage to Van Gogh. So that is how I did my miniatures. I want to encourage you to try this, and please feel free to share with me anytime your work. Love to hear from y'all and see what you're doing. Hope you're having a good day. I wish you the very best of luck and 2 thumbs up with your Cardinal Pride. Love you, miss you, and I'll say bye-bye.